In our previous exploration of Masada, we introduced the fortress's general layout, focusing on its southern section, the defensive wall structure, and the intricate water storage system. In this segment, we'll discover the northern complex, featuring residential buildings, an extensive storage compound, the bathhouse, and the magnificent northern palace. Archaeological excavations at Masada reveal that all original structures were built during Herod's reign, with no evidence of buildings from earlier periods. The construction of Masada evolved over an extended period in 3 distinct stages. The initial development established the Western Palace's core, military quarters, and 3 columbarium structures. During the second stage, builders developed the northern complex, featuring an elaborate palace, a grand bathhouse, and an extensive storage system, while also completing the site's sophisticated water infrastructure. The final stage marked the construction of the double-chambered wall encircling the entire fortress, deliberately isolating the northern complex from the rest of Masada's structures. When we consider that ancient peoples lacked modern food preservation methods such as refrigeration, freezing, or canning, we can appreciate Masada's significant advantage. Its location in the exceptionally dry Judean Desert made it an ideal emergency storehouse, naturally protected from moisture, a crucial factor in the survival strategy of this desert fortress. As described in our previous episode's discussion of the water storage system, Masada was a fortress that couldn't be conquered by direct assault. An enemy's only hope was to force surrender through hunger and thirst. This reality shaped the entire architectural approach to storage facilities within the fortress. The storage system at Masada reflects sophisticated planning and engineering. The site features an extensive network of storerooms, both public and connected to the palaces. The public storehouses are particularly impressive, some measuring 20 meters in length and nearly 4 meters in width. These dimensions allowed for substantial stockpiling of provisions, crucial for extended periods of siege. Food storage was meticulously organized, with different types of provisions kept in specially designed vessels and separate designated storerooms. Archaeological evidence suggests a systematic approach to storage, with specific areas designated for different types of supplies: grains, oils, dried goods, and military equipment. The remains of various storage vessels, including large ceramic jars, pythoi, provide insights into the sophisticated storage methods employed. The dry desert climate played a vital role in this storage system, acting as a natural preservative for many foodstuffs. This environmental advantage, combined with carefully planned architecture and storage methods, created an impressive logistical system that could sustain the fortress's inhabitants through extended periods of isolation or siege. The Northern Palace stands as one of Herod's most daring architectural achievements, perched dramatically at the mountain's edge above a sheer precipice. This remarkable structure descends across 3 rock terraces, spanning a total height difference of approximately 30 meters, requiring substantial supporting walls that showcase the advanced engineering capabilities of the time. The palace design reflects a sophisticated blend of Hellenistic and Roman architectural influences. The upper terrace housed Herod's private quarters, featuring 4 rooms arranged around a central hall. These rooms were adorned with geometric mosaic floors and decorated walls with elaborate frescoes. Of particular interest is the southwestern room, where a black and white hexagonal mosaic pattern survives, a design commonly found in Rome and its surroundings, possibly indicating the artisan's origins. A semicircular balcony, once surrounded by columns, offered breathtaking views of the Judean Desert fault cliffs, the Dead Sea, and what would later become the Roman siege works. A long flight of stairs along the western slope leads down to the lower levels of the palace, creating a dramatic procession through Herod's tiered architectural marvel. The middle terrace, situated about 20 meters below the upper level, centered around a circular hall encircled by columns, though only their foundations remain today. This space was designed for entertaining and banquets, reflecting the palace's role in both private life and public diplomacy. The lower terrace, positioned 15 meters below the middle level and 35 meters below the upper terrace, represented the pinnacle of luxury in the complex. Its centerpiece was a square hall measuring 17.6 meters on each side, with walls extending to the cliff edge, supported by massive retaining structures. The hall featured a covered portico supported by columns adorned with gold-painted Corinthian capitals. The interior walls built against the cliff face were plastered and decorated with painted frescoes depicting stone and marble panels. The portico's wooden floor and partial roof protected these elaborate decorations. A small but luxurious bathhouse occupied the southeastern corner of the lower terrace. Notably, archaeologists discovered 3 human skeletons here, likely belonging to the Jewish rebbels, along with remarkably well-preserved braids of a woman's hair, poignant remnants of the fortress's final days. This architectural marvel demonstrates not only Herod's ambitious vision, but also the remarkable engineering and artistic achievements of the ancient world, creating a palace that seamlessly merged luxury with the dramatic natural landscape. In addition to the small private baths built within the palaces, Herod constructed a spacious Roman-style bathhouse located south of the northern palace. The bathing complex followed the classic Roman bathing sequence, beginning at the northern colonnaded courtyard, palaestra, distinguished by its columns with Nabatean capitals. From there, bathers would proceed to the dressing room, apodaterium, then to the tepid room, tepidarium, and finally had access to both the hot and cold chambers. The floors throughout the complex, except for the cold room, originally featured black and white geometric mosaic patterns. These were later replaced with plaster flooring in the outer courtyard and pink and black opus sectile in the remaining rooms. The walls were adorned with elaborate frescoes, while fallen ceiling fragments discovered by archaeologists in the apoditerium reveal that the ceiling was decorated with geometric and floral patterns in stucco. The hot room's northern side featured an apse containing a quartz stone fountain, while a small bath was positioned on its southern side. What visitors see today is the hypocaust, the sophisticated underground heating system that warmed the floors and walls of the bathhouse. When the Jewish rebels arrived at Masada, they discovered that the existing residential structures were unsuitable for both their numbers and lifestyle. Historical accounts indicate that by the siege's end, there were 960 casualties, though the initial number of rebels who sought refuge at Masada may have been significantly larger. The luxurious dwellings, originally designed for a royal household, required substantial modification to accommodate a community with vastly different needs. The rebels adapted to these challenges by establishing three distinct types of living arrangements. First, they modified existing structures, partitioning grand spaces and adding practical installations, sometimes at the expense of the palace's original splendor. Second, they utilized the rooms within the double-wall fortification system. Third, they constructed additional buildings to meet their needs. These modifications and new constructions, while simple in design and modest in materials, carry profound historical significance. Though they lack the architectural grandeur of Herod's original structures, these humble dwellings represent the people who transformed Masada into an enduring symbol of courage in Jewish history. The rebels' long-term occupation of Masada required the establishment of workshops for daily life maintenance. Interestingly, archaeological excavations revealed that many of these workshops were situated within the wall towers, though the exact reasoning behind this choice remains unclear. Similarly, the location of Herod's and the Hasmonean workshops remains unknown. Several of these rebel workshops have been restored and are now open to visitors, offering tangible connections to this pivotal period in Masada's history. Zionism, as a movement of renewal, rejected the passive heroism of sanctification of God that it associated with diaspora Judaism, seeking instead to emphasize more active forms of courage by creating new heroic narratives from Jewish history. The search for renewed Jewish symbols led to the adoption of Masada. As the last stronghold of independent Judea, the site became emblematic of national devotion. The defenders' courage was reinterpreted as a fight for homeland freedom, with their final act seen as choosing dignity over slavery. This narrative found powerful support in the Chamber of Lots, where archaeologists discovered 11 ostraca, pottery shards inscribed with individual names. Written by a single hand, these artifacts gained special significance when archaeologist Yigael Yadin connected them to Josephus's account of Masada's final moments, with the discovery of the name Ben Yair, adding compelling evidence to the historical record. Our two-part journey through Masada ends here. Thank you for joining us in exploring this remarkable site. We look forward to sharing more historical discoveries with you on this channel.